ball swinging in, and it's a fair ball, and Wayzata wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. This week on the show, a matchup between the top two teams in Class A boys soccer. We'll hear from the Maple Grove volleyball team as they enter the week undefeated.
And meet a Champlin Park football player who changed positions to help his team, and he's excelling. We'll get started with one of the biggest and best cross-country meets of the season. The Griak Invitational, hosted by the University of Minnesota, features top teams from Minnesota and around the country. Goldie Gopher among those running in the youth fun run at the Les Bolstead course. Goldie did not win or run anyone over in this one. Now to the boys' gold race. Over 430 runners at the start. The winner in the boys' gold 5K is Derek Peters of West Central High School in South Dakota. His time 15 minutes 49.43 seconds. Among the next group coming up on the right, Khalid Hussein and Andrew Brandt of Wayzata in 11th and 12th place. Grant Matthews, not pictured here, places 14th for the Trojans. Wayzata's girls are strong again this season. They were in the girls' gold with hundreds of others. Emily Covert of Minneapolis Washburn is the winner, coming in with a time of 18 minutes and 13 seconds. Middle of your screen in blue, Emma Atkinson of Wayzata. She places 11th. Her teammate Caroline Sassett is 14th. Here's what one of the Wayzata boys had to say about his team's second place finish.
And it wasn't exactly what we were looking for coming out of today. We wanted to be competitive with Great Oak, and we were competitive with them. It was a great race, but they ended up getting out ahead of us. And I mean, a lot of us didn't have the best day, so I think if we all had a good race like they probably did, I think we could have gotten them today.
Here are the scores, starting with the boys' gold. Second-ranked Great Oak of California beats Wayzata by 25 points. Dowling Catholic of Iowa is third, followed by Edina and Minnetonka. Hussein of Wayzata is the top local boy. Naperville North of Illinois edges Great Oak for the girls' gold title with Wayzata in third place. Atkinson of the Trojans is the top local girl. In the boys' maroon division, Champlin Park is third, behind Notre Dame Academy of Wisconsin and Bellevue, Iowa. Padilla places fifth. Becker wins the girls' maroon. Providence Academy, the top local girls team, placing 16th, with Rogers, Champlin Park, and Tocino Grace also in the meet.
The Griak was not the only big meet Saturday. The aptly named Mega Meet in Malacca also drew several local teams. The big schools were all in Class 4A. Stillwater wins the boys' title with White Bear Lake second. Hopkins is fourth and Wayzata sixth. Yes, that's another Wayzata team running. Armstrong is ninth, Maple Grove 15th, and Osseo 24th. Eli Haft of Hopkins is the top local boy in third, with Maple Grove's Blake Iverson behind him in fourth. Stillwater also wins the girls' 4A title, just edging Minot, North Dakota. Maple Grove is the top local squad, placing seventh. Hopkins is eighth and Park Center 17th. Grace Burgess of Hopkins takes 11th to lead the locals.
Now to football, where two local teams that were 2-1 through the first 3 weeks went head-to-head. Osseo with a two-game winning streak coming to Champlin Park to face a Rebels team that lost in week 3 at STMA. First quarter, Champlin Park quarterback Joey Faulds finds a nice hole up the middle, and the senior sprints 38 yards for a touchdown to give the Rebels a 7-0 lead. Osseo answers on the next drive. Gregory Arell to Maurice Nelson over the middle, 15 yards for a touchdown, and Osseo ties it up. A safety later gives the Orioles a 9-7 lead after one. Second quarter, Reggie Dupree takes the handoff, breaks one tackle, and goes around end, 12 yards for a touchdown. The Orioles play a strong first half, and they lead it 16-7. Third quarter, the Rebels find the end zone again on Ernest Wardlow's 8-yard run. He rushes for 94 yards in the night at 16-14. Final minute of the game, Peyton Loy kicks one through a crosswind and boots it through from 33 yards out for the Rebels, and they lead at 17-16. Champlin Park adds 2 interceptions in the final 55 seconds of play. They rally for a 17-16 win. We'll meet quarterback Joey Faulds later in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
Tocino Grace, the defending Class 6A state champion, has a young team this fall. The Eagles took a 2-1 record into their home game against Anoka on Friday night. Grace's Charles Kamara takes the handoff and is patient on the run, bouncing off the traffic and cutting left to score for a 6-0 Grace lead after a missed PAT. Anoka drives inside the Eagles' 25-yard line, but Sam Quick steps in front of the intended receiver to pick off the pass to preserve Totino Grace's 6-0 lead at halftime. Ahead to the fourth quarter, and the Eagles' defense will step up again. Alex Bergman makes a nice catch on the low throw for another Totino Grace interception. And they keep on making life difficult for the Tornadoes. Cameron White leads the charge as the Eagles will get a sack to keep Anoka off the scoreboard. And it's another defensive play that gives Totino Grace a little breathing room as Ryan Tigner will pick off an Anoka pass and bring it back for a score. Totino Grace wins a low-scoring battle. 12-0 Eagles is the final.
Benilde St. Margaret's is also a defending state champion. The Red Knights won the Class 4A title last fall. Looks solid again this season. Benilde hosting Chanhassen in a Suburban District game. Offense hard to come by in the first half, but Benilde's Ikena Ujuaku gets in on a 10-yard run. 6-0 Red Knights lead at halftime. Third quarter, it's Tommy Anderson. To Gabe Alata, he slips one tackle, breaks another for a 13-yard score, and it's 13-0 BSM. Fourth quarter, Joe Benning powers in from 5 yards out for another Benilde touchdown, and it's 19-0. Then Anderson and Alata hook up on a beautiful 30-yard touchdown to make it 26-0 Benilde. The Red Knights defense was outstanding as well. They hold the Storm to 0 points and under 150 yards total offense. Benilde is now 4-0.
Brooklyn Center started the football season with 2 wins before getting thumped by Spectrum. The Centaurs look to get back into the win column when they hosted Concordia Academy. After an early Concordia safety, Brooklyn Center takes the lead on an entertaining play. Davia Gabor scrambles left. He appears to be in trouble, but stops and lofts a jump pass to Junior Kai in the back of the end zone. It's 6-2 Centaurs, and that's the halftime score as well. Third quarter now, and 4th and goal. Gabor hits Charles Wiley, and he's just over the goal line before being pushed back. It's a touchdown, and it's 12-2 BC. They add to the lead on a well-thrown fade pattern. Gabor to Kai for the touchdown. This time the PAT is good, and it's 19-2 Brooklyn Center. Concordia is not done just yet, though. Quarterback Casey Hackett will take off here, and he gets to the end zone for the Beacons. And they pull within 19-10 after a 2-point conversion. But the Centaurs strike again late in the third on a play-action pass from Gabor to Wiley. Brooklyn Center wins 26-10 to improve to 3-1 this season. A nice win for the Centaurs, and they've played pretty well so far.
Yeah, they have. And Cooper keeps rolling. Another lopsided win for the Hawks. They're now 4-0. Maple Grove cruise to a win at Burnsville, and they get a shot at Eden Prairie later this week. Next up, a big matchup in boys soccer, plus volleyball and swimming highlights. Sports Jam returns in a moment.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. The Totino Grace boys soccer team is having a good season.
The Eagles are ranked number 1 in Class A, and they took on number 2 Blake Friday in what could be a playoff preview as both teams are in Section 5A. Grace coming into the match with a perfect 8-0 record. Early first half, and watch this crossing pass by Blake's Luke Moline right to Ethan Rowe, who heads it into the Eagles' net. Blake scores just over 6 minutes into the match. Late in the first half, it's Rowe crossing the ball out front. This will go off a Grace defender and ricochets off a Blake attacker, Haluk Irkan Fang, and in. Bears carry a 2-0 lead into halftime. Second half, and the Bears laying Lipschultz on the corner kick, places the ball perfectly. Colin McConkey heads it in. Bears play a great match. They shocked the Eagles with a 4-0 win. Benilde St. Margaret's won the Class A girls soccer title last year, but some key injuries early this season have hurt the Red Knights win a lot of matches. They were tested again last week when they hosted 7th-ranked Visitation. Viz in red, and late second half, the Blazers' Catherine Jones with a shot on net. The rebound comes to Andy Barth, who appears to score the first goal of the match, but it's ruled offsides. Benilde goalie Claire Grazzini, playing for the first time this fall because of injury, makes a big stop on Jones a few minutes later, keeping the game scoreless. Final seconds of regulation, and Benilde's Vivian Chenal with a perfect pass ahead declared Vanderhyde. And Vanderhyde scored with just 11 seconds to play and able to win in exciting fashion in a match that featured a lot of great defense on both sides.
Yeah, there wasn't that many chances in the game because both defense on both teams were just so good. They had a lot of really fast players that were hard to get by, so it took a lot to break them down. But both teams kept working at it.
Now to volleyball, where Maple Grove is playing very well this fall. They were looking to end a long losing streak against their rivals from Osseo. And a nice crowd on hand to watch this one at Osseo. In the first set, Osseo sophomore Lindsay O'Jory puts it down for the Orioles. Paige Hinze answers with a big kill for Maple Grove and a 24-16 Crimson lead. And Maple Grove takes that one 25-17 on a kill by freshman Skylar Gray. To the second set, and Osseo's Hannah Carmen with a big block here for the Orioles to get her team pumped up. But Maple Grove builds a lead as Hinze floats a shot over the defense into the corner, and it's 22-16. And on set point, a wild sequence ends with Annika Peeler putting it down, and Maple Grove takes a 25-19 win. Set 3 goes back and forth. Kate Achenbach with a point for Osseo here. Alexi Preed will get a kill off the blockers for Maple Grove. And Kelsey Seelock rockets it home for a kill for the Orioles as they stave off a few match points in this one. But Maple Grove goes on to get the sweep, and we will hear from the Crimson later in the show.
On Thursday of this week, Maple Grove faces two-time defending conference champion Champlin Park. Last week, the Rebels hosted Elk River. The Elks came in without a loss in conference play. Highlights from the first set. The Elks blocked the first attack from Emma Schmidt, but Rebels reset it again, and Schmidt gets the kill. They're up 17-11 in set 1. Schmidt and Izzy Ashburn both set and hit for Champlin Park this year. Ashburn delivers a kill here. Rebels win 25-20. Set 2 with the Elks serving. Pass goes from Schmidt to Ashburn, who sets the ball outside to Jordan Stelpas for the kill. Rebels build a 7-point lead at 17-10. Then the pass to Schmidt, a quick set in the middle goes to Sammy Hilly for the kill. Champlin Park wins set 2, 25-19, and they're up 2-0. Set 3 more from the Rebels. The Elks set the ball outside, but Hannah Praske and Brianna Buffington get up to block the attack, and Champlin Park has a 12-9 lead. They go on to beat Elk River in 3 sets.
In Class A, West Lutheran's volleyball team is having a strong season. They withstood a challenge from another local MCAA school. The Warriors paying a visit to Brooklyn Park to take on Maranatha. West Lutheran's on the right. They set it outside to Lisa Hoffer for the cross-court hit on set point. The Warriors win the first 25-17. Maranatha battles back hard in set 2. Kennedy Berquist gets it to Kaylin Dizelle, and her hit is passed into the ceiling here by the Warriors. They can't recover. The Mustangs pull within 24-23. West Lutheran, though, pulls it out with good defense. Nice passing leads to a kill for Erica Stensland as the Warriors take a thriller 26-24. The third set is close again. Dizelle pounds it home for Maranatha, and they grab a 25-24 lead. But once again, West Lutheran prevails as Stensland's off-speed hit drops off the blockers and down for match point as West Lutheran wins it in 3. In girls swimming, Wayzata will have a string of home meets coming up. First, though, the Trojans are on the road taking on Hopkins in a dual meet at the Royals home pool. In the 100 butterfly, it's Molly Meeland of Hopkins racing to an easy win. Meeland's time is 58.90 for the Royals, better than 4 seconds ahead of the runner-up. In the 100 freestyle, Jordan McGinty of Wayzata takes the top spot ahead of Ellen Hofstede of Hopkins. McGinty's winning time 53.13. To the 500 freestyle, Riley Rugemer of Wayzata takes the win just ahead of her teammate Nicole Adalan out in lane 1. Rugemer's time is 5:35.59. The 200 free relay goes to the Trojans as anchor Cindy Zhao finishes up as Wayzata wins in a time of 1:46.55. Wayzata wins the meet 99-82. Time for a quick break.
Straight ahead on our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a Champlin Park football player who has stepped in at a key position to help his team get out to a 3-1 start. Joey Faulds is a pretty good lacrosse player for Champlin Park, but he calls that his fun sport. Football is where his passion lies in athletics. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet the Rebels senior who has stepped in to fill a key role this fall. It wasn't supposed to work this way. Joey Faulds was all set to return to varsity football at Champlin Park this fall as a linebacker. Late in the summer workout sessions came word that the team's expected starter at quarterback, junior Bennett Otto, wouldn't be ready in time for the season. Enter Joey.
I mean, these last, 4 or 5 weeks, whenever fall camp started, it's been a lot of work. Arms been a little sore, but it's definitely, I mean, when you get out to the game, you can definitely feel an improvement from that first week at camp when I had basically a summer off of no type of throwing, no quarterback reads, anything like that. But those first 2 weeks really got me back into it, and I feel like I've gotten better for sure.
Joey played quarterback in the Rebels program for 2 years and then switched to linebacker at the beginning of last season. He didn't necessarily expect another shot at QB.
I never played back in youth football. I was never a quarterback, and then 9th grade I decided I want to play. So 9th and 10th grade I was a quarterback for our team, and then last year they switched me to linebacker right when the season was about to start. So that was it. I thought my quarterback career was done because Bennett, he was real good, but just tough injury, it happens.
Head coach Mike Corton had to turn to Faulds late last season after Otto went down with a different injury, and senior Chad Costello was hurt too. Corton loves the kind of attitude that Joey brings to the field every day.
Some kids approach it like, oh, practice again today. Not Joey. Joey shows up and he loves practice. He's catchy. His mood, the way he approaches football, other kids feed off of that.
Joey's rapid improvement in learning the quarterback position at the varsity level isn't a surprise. Learned a lot from just watching.
Even last year when I was playing linebacker, I always liked offensive football. I always kind of paid attention to what our offense was doing. So I kind of remembered it from sophomore year, some of the basic stuff, and then varsity just gets kicked up another level. I think a lot of coaches they've all been helping me out, and I think a lot of hard work, a lot of studying, a lot of film preparation and stuff like that, it gets me ready for all our games.
At 5'9", 205 pounds, Faulds isn't your prototypical quarterback. He doesn't play that way either. He plays the position like he did linebacker, attacking the opponent.
He'll step out now. He's going to have to, and he's going to get the first down.
That translates to offense. I mean, I'm not the best thrower of the football. And I'm not that tall of a pocket passer, but I like to run. I like to be physical with defenders. A lot of them don't expect QBs to run between the tackles, but that's just something I like to do. Linebackers help me out a lot with that.
He's done a really good job, and he adds an extra element to our offense. He kind of power running back almost, because he played the linebacker, so he can run people over, and it just makes a big difference.
With Bennett Otto's return uncertain, Faulds is the Rebels quarterback for now, although the team does miss him on defense.
Yes, we do. I mean, we got guys filling in, and they're doing great. But going into the season or coming out of the last year, we thought, okay, he's going to be our returning linebacker, and he's going to be able to lead the defense. Well, now he's just leading the offense.
Linebacker's fun. Defense, I've never really played much defense either before. The last year was really exciting, and I was looking to make a big jump this year. But we'll see, maybe later in the year.
Champlin Park made a great postseason run in 2016 and seems to have the talent to make a push again this fall. Joey Faulds is loving every minute of it.
No, definitely quarterback. I mean, it's a lot of pressure, you would think there's a lot of pressure, but I just think it's really fun to go out and play football. I mean, I'm just a football player.
Joey Faulds breaks the tackle, and he'll go for a touchdown.
The Rebels will put their 3-1 record on the line Friday night when they play at Blaine. Jay talks with the Maple Grove volleyball team when Sports Jam continues.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. A fantastic season so far for the Maple Grove volleyball team, and they've got a couple big tests coming up as well. We talked to a couple of their players and also Coach Sean Haugen, and starting with Skylar Gray. And how much fun has this season been so far to get off to the kind of start that your team is?
It's a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a good season.
Did you expect this when you guys got together, in mid-August? Did you think this team had this kind of potential to get off to this kind of a start?
Yeah, I thought we had a lot of talent.
What's really been the biggest key? What has your team done well?
We all get along really well, and there's not a ton of drama.
I know you were able to beat Osseo for the first time in quite a long time. How special was that for everybody on the team and just kind of the whole program as a whole?
It was really great. I think everyone was really excited.
Nice job starting the season. Have fun the rest of the way here. And Allie Hinze, your team is really just come through in a lot of key matches so far. How do you feel about the way the season's gone?
It's going good. Well, we're connecting good as a team, and there's like no drama, and we're all like, if we have a problem, we talk through it.
For your program, this is kind of, a start maybe better than most Maple Grove teams have had. Is everybody staying kind of level-headed about it too, though? You're not getting, just like overly excited about the start?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of us were expecting it, but like once we're now like that we're on a roll, I think we're really excited for the season.
I know you've got Champlin Park coming up too, and obviously that's a tough test. How much do you look forward to playing them, and what will it take to beat them?
We're really excited for the match. We just have to stop Emma and Izzy and just communicating. Yeah.
Congratulations on a great start, and have fun the rest of the season here.
Thank you.
And Coach Haugen, I know you've been around this program for a long time. What's been special about this group so far?
I think the one big thing that we've got going on this year is we're playing exceptionally well as a group. We're not 7 individuals that are actually on the court right now. It's taking all of 11 of us to do this. They're working extremely hard in practice and putting all the time in, and I think they're paying the dividends in on that one right now.
I think you'd like to say as a coach that every match is the same, but you couldn't really pretend that in the Osseo match, could you?
No, you really can't. We've been in such a battle with them for so many years to try and finally win. We got it last night. It's fantastic. It's a very good team over there. Mandy's doing really well with what she has. We are just ecstatic. The crowd was, both crowds for both schools last night was fantastic.
You've had some other good wins along the way too, including that tournament. Do you think your team kind of grew up in a hurry in that day too?
Yeah, I think we did. We played 4 solid teams there. It's kind of, you look at results and stuff, wins, losses for other teams and whatnot, and that really doesn't come into play. You really have to step on the court right away and go. And our first match against Minneapolis Southwest really challenged us.
After you take on Park Center, then it's Champlin Park, and obviously they've been kind of the team to beat in this area for the last few years. How much do you and your team look forward to that?
We are really looking forward to that. We know how good they are with John Junker being back and the things that he's been able to do over the last few years. We really have to make sure we're concentrating on Izzy Ashburn and Emma Schmidt. They're 2 big guns that they have there. If we can handle that and a few other things, stay away from their libero. Weimer Skirch is very good. We hopefully can pull out the victory on that. But I think it's going to be a great battle, and whoever wins that, it's deserving on either one.
All right, Sean, thanks so much for joining us. Congrats on the great start, and have fun the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Sean Haugen, the head coach of the Maple Grove Crimson volleyball team, as they are off to a fantastic start coming into this week undefeated. We'll be back to wrap up Sports Jam, but first, it's a look at our plays of the week. Able to get into their offense, and it's hammered home there by Skylar Gray.
It's in deep, a shot away, and a goal!
Our game of the week, an all Robbinsdale District football matchup. It's unbeaten Cooper hosts Armstrong. The game is at 5 o'clock Friday. You can see it live on CCX and online at ccxmedia.org, or catch the replays Saturday at 4 and 10 p.m. And that will do it for this week's show.
See you next time on Sports Jam.